am in shock. I am in shock. The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces. The first win for the Indiana Fever against the Las Vegas Aces since I was 22 years old. Aces MVP, the refs, Fever is MVP, and Alyssa Smith, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The Las Vegas Aces, the team once touted as an unstoppable dynasty, just got humiliated on the biggest stage, a 27-point beatdown. Check. AcesWNBA Wilson getting every call from the refs and still coming up short. Check. Chelsea Gray offering next to nothing, despite all the hype that she's better than Caitlin Clark. Big check. While AcesWNBA was out here pulling players over the top and skating by untouched, a squad in Indianapolis was gearing up to remind her, this is what real basketball looks like.
AcesWNBA Wilson. My God, you see how many free throws that lady had? Oh my God, on the stat sheet, she had basically 30 points, but all the free throws this woman got, man, they tried their best to keep the Aces in the game, man, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, man. They destroyed the Aces. About freaking time the Fever finally beats the Aces, man, and without Caitlin Clark.
Set 81-50 for beat down the Indiana. Fever handed the Las Vegas Aces wasn't just a loss, it was a statement. And that statement couldn't be louder. No amount of friendly whistles, no AcesWNBA Wilson heroics, and no legacy bias can save you when a team shows up ready to play real basketball.
But this was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the #1 team in the league first, and then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developing a rhythm.
Let's break down what really went down in that third quarter, because this is where things got spicy. Lexie Hull, who's been grinding all season, does everything right. Textbook box out on AcesWNBA Wilson, perfect position, flawless fundamentals. She grabs the rebound just like they teach in day 1 of Basketball 101. Then out of nowhere, AcesWNBA Wilson comes flying in from behind, literally reaching over Hull's head and snatches the ball. Clear over the back foul, absolutely, but somehow.
Decent amount of times, AcesWNBA Wilson, she got a favorable whistle in the second half, but it is what it is. Superstars get the whistle, unless your name is, 29 points for AcesWNBA Wilson, 3 boards, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 9 for 18 from the field goal, from the field, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Look at the rest of her team. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points. Dana Evans, 1 for 10. Dana Evans, oh my goodness.
A basketball fan who's watched more than 5 minutes of the game knows exactly what that call should have been. Over the back. Indiana ball, end of story. But what did the refs do? They called a asterisk jump ball asterisk, a asterisk jump ball asterisk, as if AcesWNBA Wilson and Lexie Hull were somehow battling for position on equal ground, when in reality, one player was clearly fouled from behind. While securing a clean rebound, you can't make this stuff up next.
I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point. Well, Caitlin says she got me though, so. One more than that. She just got a bonus.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was what was it, $49,000 or $43,000 per player, because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was AcesWNBA Wilson's whistle or what, but...
And the broadcasters were stunned. You could hear the confusion in their voices as they tried to make sense of what just happened. The contact wasn't subtle. It wasn't borderline. It was blatant asterisk, the kind of foul that doesn't leave room for debate. And yet, somehow, the refs managed to turn a clear-cut violation into a so-called neutral play. One that conveniently benefited the player who committed the third.
Like I said, The referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in. And Sophie Lexie stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here, roll it. And you see her just losing it up here. Losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved it.
You're enjoying this? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because here's where the story gets *beautiful*. The Indiana Fever didn't let bad officiating rattle them. They took that ridiculous no call, shook it off, and then absolutely torched the Las Vegas Aces in a performance so dominant. Every questionable whistle became completely irrelevant. Let's break down this masterclass in destruction quarter. By quarter dot in the first, Indiana came out swinging, putting up the game's first 6 points and never looking back. When the dust settled, they were up 21-14, and it was already clear this wasn't going to be the Aces' night. The Fever shot a blistering 52.9% from the field, while locking down Las Vegas to just 28.6%, and in the paint, it was a beat down 16-4 as Indiana made it clear early on they were going to hit the Aces right where it hurt.
Really put it on. Right here, you can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana Fever.
Second quarter, this is where the Fever stepped on the Aces' throat. Indiana outscored Las Vegas 25-10 in the quarter, shooting an absurd 81.8% from the field. Meanwhile, the Aces couldn't buy a bucket, hitting just 23.5% of their shots. Inside the paint, the Fever went a perfect 6-for-6. The Aces? Just 3 of 13. By halftime, it was 46-24, and let's be honest, the game was basically over. Now, remember that blown call? That should have been an over-the-back foul on AcesWNBA Wilson, a chance for the Fever to score again and drive the dagger deeper. But instead, the officials called a jump ball, handing Vegas a lifeline. The Aces had a shot to win the tip and flip the momentum for a split second. It felt like the officiating was about to tilt the game in favor of the defending champs, just when they needed a break most, but Indiana didn't flinch. This defense? Next level, it was night and day compared to earlier in the season. That Commissioner's Cup energy, it's got them swagging out. Natasha Howard looked like she hit another gear. Absolute beast mode. Rookie Temi Fagbenal was everywhere. Blocks, steals, hustle. Aliyah Boston dominating AcesWNBA Wilson. I've got a new nickname for AcesWNBA, by the way, Whistle Wilson, because no one gets more friendly whistles than her. It's like she's got a special hotline to the refs. A true free throw merchant. I think she might be related to SGA, but even with all that ref love, it didn't matter. This felt like one of those here we go again moments. Lexie Hull did everything right and still didn't get the call. That kind of miss can rattle a young team, especially against a heavyweight like the Aces, but instead of folding, the Fever flipped the script and turned a missed call into fuel for a historic beatdown. It was a chance to breathe. Down big, struggling to find a fence, and suddenly the refs give you a 50-50. It's ball you didn't deserve. The lead ballooned back to 6,847 heading into the final quarter. Fourth quarter, pure domination. The Aces managed just 7 points in the entire quarter. 7 points, that's not basketball. That's a complete and total collapse. The final score of 8,154 doesn't even tell the full story of how thoroughly the Fever dismantled what was supposed to be a championship caliber team. The Aces tried to put a little run together to start the third quarter, and Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull shut that down. They shut it down by hitting some big shots, alright. That steal led to the only 2 points that a Sophie Cunningham had, but it was big. So right here, let's just start. Let's start at Leah Boston right here. That's Sydney Carlson to Boston. She gonna drive into the lane. And I've gotta tell you, she gave AcesWNBA Wilson all she could handle. But let's talk about AcesWNBA Wilson's performance in context, because the numbers tell a fascinating story. She finished with 29 points on 9 of 18 shooting and 11 of 13 from the free throw line. On paper, those looked like solid numbers. She got to the line 13 times, only for fewer than the entire Indiana Fever team. She had a favorable whistle all game long, including that questionable jump ball call. But here's the devastating reality. AcesWNBA Wilson scored 29 points, and her team still -1 by 27. Think about that for a moment. The supposed best player in the league had what most people would call a good statistical night, and it was completely meaningless because the rest of her team was non-existent. About to say some words I never thought I'd say: free AcesWNBA Wilson. Free her now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. I never thought I'd say this. If I'm Asia, I'm in that locker room. I'm stripping everybody of their once out. I'm sure I didn't give you all these free shoes. Y'all going to come out here and y'all can't even give me more than 5 points. None of y'all where y'all at. Y'all can't help me out. I'm reigning MVP. I'm bringing y'all these champions. I took a pay cut for some of y'all to be here, and you can't give me no points. Really, I'm over here. I have 25 points in the third quarter. You can't give me nothing. After Wilson's 9 of 18 shooting, the rest of the Las Vegas Aces went 7 of 43 from the field. That's 3% shooting from everyone not named AcesWNBA Wilson. No other Aces player scored more than 6 points. Let that sink in. On a team that's supposed to have championship depth, the MVP candidate was essentially playing one-on-one basketball. Speaking of players who were supposed to provide support, let's talk about Chelsea Gray, the player who some people claim is better than Caitlin Clark. Gray finished with 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting with 2 assists and 5 turnovers. 2 points. This is the veteran leader who's supposed to run the offense and make her teammates better. Instead, she looked like she was playing in quicksand while the Fever's defense suffocated everything the Aces tried to do. God, with more turnovers than points and assists combined. More turnovers than points and assists combined. We got point guard, aka point fraud. And remember, this is probably who the WNBA player said was also better than Caitlin Clark. They said I'm pretty confident they said she was better than Caitlin Clark. Compare that to what Caitlin Clark was doing from the sideline. While Chelsea Gray was out there struggling to score 2 points, Clark was cheering her teammates, providing energy, and being a vocal leader even while injured. The camera caught her multiple times, fired up on the bench, celebrating every big play and keeping her team engaged. That's real leadership, the kind that impacts winning even when you can't contribute on the stat sheet. The Fever's performance without their superstar was a masterclass in team basketball. Kelsey Mitchell led the way with 25 points and 6 assists. Aaliyah Boston added 20 points and 7 rebounds. Natasha Howard, the Commissioner Cup MVP, contributed 11 points and 10 rebounds. This was balanced scoring, unselfish basketball, and championship-level execution. Guys, when did Indiana Fever turn into the best defensive team in the NBA? When I mean after that celebration from the Commissioner Cup, we all thought they were going to come out here a little bit hangover. Their defensive pros has gone up 100%. In the first half, we have Aces down 22 points. We have only beaten Las Vegas Aces one time in 9 years. For those who do not know that statistic, we've only beaten them once in 9 years. Their defense is impenetrable. We have 28 points in the paint for the second quarter. We are shooting 90% from the field in the second quarter. This is insane, but the real story was the defense. The Fever held the Aces to 26% shooting, their lowest offensive output of the season. They forced 17 turnovers. They controlled the paint with a 28-10 advantage in the first half alone. They played suffocating team defense that made every possession a struggle for Las Vegas. This wasn't just one player carrying a team. This was 5 players working in perfect harmony, covering for each other, making the extra pass, and playing with the kind of chemistry that the Aces have been desperately searching for all season long. The eye test backed up the numbers completely. While Wilson was putting up her 29 points in what essentially amounted to empty galleries, the Fever were systematically breaking down everything the Aces tried to do. They were switching seamlessly on defense, moving the ball with precision on offense, and executing their game plan with the kind of discipline that championship teams display. Team win, folks, team win. And you notice the team win, like I said, 20 for assists on 31 shots. 20 for assists on 31 shots. The Indiana Fever hold the Las Vegas Aces to 26% from the field. 26%. This was a Fever defense smothering. The Aces weren't just missing shots. The Fever defense was all over the place. Defensively, we were all over the place. Neither team could hit a 3 except for Kelsey Mitchell. Money Mitch can hit the 3. And through it all, Caitlin Clark was having the time of her life on the sidelines. You could see her genuine excitement for her teammates, her infectious energy spreading through the bench, and her leadership presence even while unable to play. Compare that to the dejected body language of the Aces, who looked like a team that couldn't figure out how they'd gotten into such a deep hole. This game exposed something that's been building all season. The Las Vegas Aces are not the same team they used to be. They've lost their identity, their chemistry, and their ability to play winning basketball when things get tough. And when they finally broke through, they didn't just win. They dominated from start to finish in a way that left no doubt about which team was better prepared, better coached, and better equipped to handle adversity. AcesWNBA Wilson can get all the favorable calls she wants. She can grab players from over their heads and get jump balls instead of fouls. She can get to the free throw line more than entire opposing teams, but at the end of the day, basketball is still played on the court, and team basketball still beats individual heroics. CC gang, Fever gang, down goes the punk as Las Vegas Aces, everybody. Kelsey Mitchell, the road runner, out there dropping daggers with a 25-piece. Boston, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you didn't, go ahead and hit dislike. I can take it. Either way, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a future update. I'm your name with Fast Break Files. See you in the next one.